Hi, this is Al Williams of Sunset Hill Solutions. In this video I'll walk you through how you can create documents in Web Intelligence that link to other documents. An example that we're going to use is using the eFashion universe, and I'm just going to show you what the end product will be, and then I'm going to walk you through all the steps that you need to do to make this work. As you can see in this sample report from the eFashion universe, we have the product lines in the left column with the margin and sales revenue in the other two columns, and you'll see that they're hyperlinks. So let's refresh this document first just to show you some of the options. So I'm going to refresh it for 2006. So it's changed the heading for me. It's also changed the results. If I click on the sweaters item here, it opens a new window and opens a report called Product Line Analysis for Sweaters in 2006. So we've passed a few parameters to this report, and it's opened this report in another window. We also have the title of this report hyperlinked. If I click on this, another window opens, and in this window we see a chart, and this chart is just part of another report. So you can actually link to parts of documents and not to entire documents. And the rest of the video I'll be walking you through the steps in order to make this work. So we'll get started by opening a new Web Intelligence application. Click on New, and I'm going to use a universe. I'm going to use the eFashion universe. Select. Now I can go ahead and select the objects I want to have in this report. This top level report is just really a summary of the sales and margins for all of the product lines. I'm just going to bring in the lines dimension and margin and sales revenue measures, and then I'm going to filter it by year. We'll add a filter here. We'll say year equal to, and we'll make it a prompt. I'm just going to change it to select year. And I'll just run this query now. I'll pick 2005 as the year. And there we have our initial results. Before we go any further, I'm just going to go ahead and save this report into the linked document sample. And I'm calling this top 8 product line sales. Save. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this title over and change the formula. I'm just going to paste it in. So I'm saying document name, then the text for, and then whatever the user selects for the year. That's what we want to have here. That looks like it's okay. So now we have a dynamic title for this report. Just make some of these columns a bit wider. Okay. So for this report, I only want to show the top 8 lines for any year that the user selects to run this report for. So to do that, go to data analysis, analysis, ranking. I'm going to add a ranking. I'm going to say just the top 8 ranked by sales revenue, and click OK. So now we only have 8 rows showing in this report, which is what we want. So we've done everything that we need to do to this report for now. At this point, we want to create a report that the user can drill down to. For example, they wanted to see the detail for the dresses product line for the year 2005. We'd have them click on this cell, and we have to create the report that's going to open when they click on the cell. So we'll go ahead and create a new report, and again we'll be using the eFashion universe. So I've gone ahead and added all of the dimensions and measures that we want. So I've got the year, quarter, month, lines, category, and state dimensions, and the sales revenue and margin measures, and I've added a couple filters: year equal to select year prompt, and lines equal to select product line prompt. One thing I should mention is I made both of these prompts optional. It's because we're going to be actually passing in parameters to this report, and I find it works better if I have that checked. And I'll just run this query. And I'll select the year, 2005, and product line. I'll just pick accessories and run it. Okay, so we have our initial results now. What I'm going to do next is actually add a couple of graphs, charts to this report, and summarize the results by state. I've gone to name the report product line sales detail. Now I want to add a couple of charts, but first I'm going to get rid of this table. And I'll just move this title over here for now. So I want to go into report elements chart. I'm going to add a dual axis line chart. And the next step is to assign the data. So if the category axis, I want to have the quarter, and value axis 1 sales revenue, and value axis 2 margin. Click apply. So now we have a basic dual axis line chart. I'm going to change the heading on this report. Just go right click and say edit formula. Right now it's just the report name, which is the name of the tab here. I'm going to change it to product line analysis 4, and then the product line, and then in the year that was selected in the prompt. Click OK. That's the way I want it, except I want to have this no underline, and I want to have it centered. And I'll change the color to navy blue. I'm going to add another chart now to the top section of this report. And I'm going to select dual axis column and line. Let's make it a little bit wider here. I can assign the data now. And I want to select month as the category axis. And for the values, we'll select sales revenue and margin. Click apply. Okay. So now we have a couple of charts here. I'm going to just make this one a little bit wider, and this one a little bit narrower, so it looks a bit better. So I'm not going to make any more formatting changes to these graphs. I'm going to do a separate video that'll show you how you can do some of that stuff. But you can see as I hover over different sections of the graph, I have the ability to right click and edit the properties. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of how the chart looks, the colors, and almost every visual indicator you can think of you can change with these charts. I'm going to go with the default just to make this example simple. The next thing I want to do is add some data below these charts. Now what I want to show is a breakdown of all the categories within the selected product line for each of the states in the year that was chosen in the prompt. So I'll just go ahead and define a vertical table, and I'll start picking the columns. So I've selected the category, the lines, the state dimension, and the margin and sales revenue measures. Click OK. So we have our results now. Okay, so we have the results. I just realized I don't need to have the product line here, because in this report there's a prompt for the product line, so it's all going to be whatever was selected. So I'm just going to drag that and get it out of there. I do, however, want to create a break on the state, so I click that and drag it up here. I want to make some of these columns a bit wider so it looks a bit nicer. And I want to have totals for each of these, so I click on the column and go to analysis and add a total and do the same thing over here. Just want to get rid of that text. Okay. The last thing I want to do this report is just change the title of each one of these breaks. I right click on that and go to edit formula. Just paste in the formula. So what I'm saying is whatever the user response is for the product line, in this case accessories, product line breakdown for the state and for the year selected. Click OK. So now for each one of these headings I have a more descriptive piece of text here. So accessories product line breakdown for California in 2005, and we keep going down, Colorado, DC, Florida. Okay, this report has, I'm just going to change the color so it's the same as this other heading. Go to format and change the color. There we go. Alright, so this report has a couple of charts and a breakdown by state showing the sales and margin for each category in the product line that's chosen. And what we want to do next is tie this report into the first one we developed so that when they click on the column with the name of the product line, it opens this report for the year that was selected. So I have our original report that we created at the start of this video open now. If I click on any one of these values in the lines column and go to linking, you can see I have only a few options here. I have add hyperlink, read contents as hyperlink, add element link. These are not what I want to have or what I need to have for this particular report. I need to have document linking. And this is one of those gotcha things. You have to, if you want to do document linking in Business Objects 4 and Web Intelligence, you have to do it a little bit different way. I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. To show you what I mean, I'm going to close this report and I'm going to open it the same way that I just did a minute ago by right clicking on it and saying modify. This opens up the Java panel, so we're working with full-blown Web Intelligence. And this is the mode where you cannot do document linking, and I don't know why that's the case. And again, I just showed you that document linking wasn't available when we right-clicked on one of these cells. So what you have to do, I'm going to close the report again. Now I'm just going to double-click on it and open it. Now I'm going to go into here and go into Design with Data. So now that I've got the report open here, using that other method where I just double-clicked on it to open it and then went into Design with Data, so I have the ability to edit the report. If I right-click on one of these cells and go into Linking, I now see Add Document Link, where I didn't see that before. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to browse to the report I want to link to, which is in Public Folders, Link Document Sample, and that's the product line sales detail. Click on Open. So we have a couple of prompts and we want both of these to be passed to the new report. So what I want to do here is refresh on Open. For the product line, I want to take whatever is selected in the prompt for this report, which is lines. For the year, I want to build a formula. And the formula is user response select year. So whatever the user has entered as the year prompt is what we want to pass to that other report. And it looks like we're okay. And we want this to open in a new window, and by default that's what the value is here. So I'm going to click apply. And okay, so now you see in the lines column we have hyperlinks created for each one of the rows. So let's see if this is working now. I'm going to refresh this original report. I'm going to go back into reading mode and refresh it. I'm going to select 2006 as the year. and I'm going to select sweaters as the product line and click on it. So it's opening up another window, and now the report I just created a few minutes ago is showing all the results for sweaters in 2006 and a breakdown by state. So this document linking is working. I'll close this window. I just want to show you behind the scenes what Web Intelligence has done when we added that link to the document. If I go back into design mode and I right click on one of these rows in the lines column and go to edit formula, you'll see now there's a hyperlink built in, and it has a reference to the document ID, the document QID, and you can see it's a fairly complex hyperlink that's automatically created by Web Intelligence. I'm not going to break it down for you, but I just wanted to point that out to you in case you want to have a look at that. The point is, again, that it does work. Now I'm clicking it for accessories, and I'm getting product line analysis for accessories in 2006. So it's passing the product line and the year to this other report and opening it in a new window. So this is a great solution for master detail reports where you have a summary report and you want to show the detail for any category or product line or something like that, similar to this example. So far in this video we've created two reports, a master report showing the top 8 product line sales for a particular year, and we've created a hyperlink to another report that opens automatically when you click on the lines column, and it shows you the product line analysis for whatever category was, or whatever product line was selected and whatever year was selected in the master report. The next thing we want to do is add a hyperlink to the title of this report. It's going to be called Annual Product Sales by Month and Line. The difference with this next example is that we're not going to be linking to an entire new Web Intelligence report. We're going to be linking to a certain section of that report. So it's a little bit different than the previous example. To save a bit of time, I've created the new report that we're going to be linking to the title from the original report. I've brought in year, month, line, category, and state dimensions and the sales revenue, and I've added a prompt for the year. I'm going to run this query, and I'm going to select the year. I'll select 2005 to start with and click OK. So now we have the objects we need for the third report in this demo. First thing I'm going to do with this report is delete this table, and I'm going to add a cross tab. In this cross tab, I'm going to select the horizontal axis to be the line, the vertical axis to be the state, and the body axis to be sales revenue. Click OK. So now I just want to make this first column a bit wider. I want to move this over a little bit to the left and down because I want to add a chart above this crosstab. Keep moving down a bit, and I'll move this title in the top left hand corner. So now I want to add a chart, just a basic line chart to this report. And I'm going to assign the data. So the category axis will be month, the value axis will be sales revenue, and the region color will be state. Click apply. So now we have a report that has two separate areas. It has a chart on the top part and a crosstab on the bottom. I just made a couple of changes to the report. I added a title to this chart on top, and I've added a heading change to the report itself. So that's all I've done to this particular report. Next thing we want to do is tie this back into the title of our original report. So I'll save this report to make sure we got everything saved that we've done. Close it. Go back into the linked document sample folder. and select the original report that we're working on. I'll double click it. Now I'll design with data. So at this point we've created 3 reports. The original report, which is this one here, which links to a detailed report for the year and the product line selected. Now I want to add a link to the report we just created on the title of this particular report. So I'm going to right click on it, linking, add document link, and select the report. And that would be in folders, public folders, link document sample, and annual sales by month and line. I want to refresh on open, and I want to target an area within the document. I don't want to target a page or tab in the report. I want to link to a report part, which is that graph. And now I can select that. It's going to open another window showing this report. If I right click on it and select this report part, that's what I want. And for the select year, I have to change this prompt here, so I have to go here and build formula. So here I just want to have user response select year. So whatever the year is for this particular report, that's what I want to pass down to the other one. Looks like that's okay. We do want to open in a new window, which is good. I'll click apply. And okay, so now we have a hyperlink for this field. So now I'm going to change this back to reading mode. I'm going to refresh the report for 2004, run the query. Now I'll click on this hyperlink in the title of the report. And we are seeing a new window open, and it has just the chart section of the report we created previously, which is exactly what we're looking for the year 2005. So this was Al Williams from Sunset Hill Solutions. I hope you found this video tutorial informative, and if you ever have to do any document linking, hopefully this will help you through that process. Thanks again for watching.